Receive this as a warning. This 40-day journey cannot be taken lightly. It is a challenging and often difficult process, but an incredibly fulfilling one. To take this dare requires a resolute mind and a steadfast determination. It is not meant to be sampled or briefly tested, and those who quit early will forfeit the greatest benefits. If you will commit to a day at a time for 40 days, the results could change your life and change your marriage. Consider it a dare from others who have done it before you. If I speak with the tongues of men and of angels, but I do not have love, I have become a noisy gong or clanging cymbal. If I have the gift of prophecy, and I know all mysteries and all knowledge, and if I have all faith, so as to remove mountains, but do not have love, I am nothing. And if I give all of my possessions to feed the poor, and I surrender my body to be burned, but I do not have love, it profits me nothing. 1 Corinthians chapter 13, 1 through 3. This is day one of the love dare. Love is patient. Be completely humble and gentle. Be patient, bearing with one another in love. Ephesians 4:2. Love works. It's life's most powerful motivator and has a far greater depth and meaning than most people realize. It always does what is best for others and can empower us to face the greatest of problems. We are born with a lifelong thirst for love. Our hearts desperately need it, and like our lungs, need oxygen. Love changes our motivation for living. Relationships become meaningful with it. No marriage is successful without it. Love is built on two pillars that best define what it is. Those pillars are patience and kindness. All other characteristics of love are extensions of these two attributes. And that's where your dare will begin, with patience. Love will inspire you to become a patient person. When you choose to be patient, you respond in a positive way to a negative situation. You are slow to anger. You choose to have a long fuse instead of a quick temper, rather than restless and demanding. Love helps you settle down and begin extending mercy to those around you. Patience brings internal calm during an external storm. No one likes to be around an impatient person. It causes you to overreact in angry, foolish, and regrettable ways. The irony of anger toward a wrongful action is that it spawns new wrongs of its own. Anger almost things better. In fact, it usually generates additional problems, but patience stops problems in their tracks. More than biting your lip, more than clapping a hand over your mouth, patience is a deep breath. It clears the air. It stops foolishness from whipping its scorpion tail all over the room. It is a choice to control your emotions rather than allowing your emotions to control you. It's excuse me. I'm sorry, lost my place. Allowing your emotions to control you. And shows discretion instead of returning evil for evil. If your spouse offends you, do you quickly retaliate, or do you stay under control? Do you find that anger is your emotional default when threatened or treated unfairly? If so, are you spreading poison rather than medicine? Anger is usually caused when the strong desire for something is mixed with disappointment or grief. You don't get what you want, and you start heating up inside. It is often an emotional reaction that flows out of our own selfishness, foolishness, or evil motives. Patience, however, makes us wise. It doesn't rush to judgment, but listens to what the other person is saying. Patience stands in the doorway where anger is clawing to burst in, but waits to see the whole picture before passing judgment. The Bible says, "He who is slow to anger has a great understanding, but he who is quickly tempered exalts folly." Proverbs 14:29. As sure as a lack of patience will turn your home into a war zone, the practice of patience will foster peace and quiet. A hot-tempered man stirs up strife, but the slow to anger. Proverbs 15:18. Statements like these from the Bible book of Proverbs, are clear principles with timeless relevance. Patience is where love meets wisdom, and every marriage needs that combination to stay healthy. Patience helps you give your spouse permission to be human and understands that everyone fails, and when a mistake is made, it chooses to give them more time than they deserve to correct it. It gives you the ability to hold on during tough times in your relationship rather than bailing out under pressure. But can your spouse count on having a patient wife or husband to deal with? Can she know that locking her keys in the car will be met by your understanding rather than a demanding lecture that makes her feel like a child? Can he know that cheering during the last seconds of a football game won't invite a loud-mouthed laundry list of ways he should be spending his time? It turns out that few people as hard let me try that again. It turns out that few people are as hard to live with as an impatient person. What would the tone and volume of your home be like if you tried this biblical approach? See that no one repays another with evil for evil, but always seek after that which is good for one another. 1 Thessalonians 5:15. A few of us do patience very well, and none of us do it naturally. But wise men and women will pursue it as an essential ingredient to their marriage relationships. That's a good starting point to demonstrate true love. The Love Dare journey is a process, and the first thing you must resolve to possess is patience. Think of it as a marathon, not a sprint. But it's a race worth running. Today's dare. The first part of this dare is fairly simple. Although love is communicated in a number of ways, our words often reflect the condition of our heart. For the next day, resolve to demonstrate patience and say nothing negative to your spouse at all. If the temptation arises, choose not to say anything. It's better to hold your tongue than to say something you're going to regret.